Hello and welcome, I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. Let's play some more Dwarf Fortress. So we've created our stockpile. This is for finished goods. I don't want them to put everything here though, I just want them to put the crafts that they're making from the shops right next door. So I'm going to forbid by type, and then I'm going to go back over here and re-enable just where it says crafts. And actually, I think there's a bunch of different types of crafts. So we've got things like figurines, amulets, scepters, crowns, rings, earrings, bracelets, toys, musical instruments. That's about good. So now as they make these crafts, like the dolomite earring, the dolomite scepter, this dolomite figurine of a what? What's that? It's a finely crafted dolomite figurine of a dwarf. The item is a finely designed image of a dwarf in dolomite by Nibblebottoms. So good job, Nibblebottoms. You're making little crafts. You're making tiny dwarfs. So they'll take those crafts and they're going to put them here. That little X is a bin, so this guy is going around, he's picking up all the little, all the crap and trinkets, and he's putting them in this finished goods bin. If we want, we can press enter to view it and see all the stuff he just put inside there. So he's actually put the nest boxes in there, and I don't want that, because nest boxes are not for trading. Why did a nest box end up in here? Is that considered to be a... Yeah, nest box must be considered one of these. Well, I guess we'll just plant them. And then if, yeah, and if we have extras, we'll sell them. Okay, so build, and then we want to build a nest box, capital N. We'll place that, say, here. And, there's about that many. Needs nest box. So we're all out. Let's check that list. Yeah, he's only made about 9 of them. So that's good. I love this music. This still does not need to be outdoors. Let's remove that. And build stuff from here. Got a pretty good supply of drink and food. 64 drinks, 84 food, 1,100 seeds, or 111 seeds. Should probably consider farming soon. We could just farm with some of this land. Certainly is messy though. Most people are keeping pretty busy. And the further we get into the game, the more likely we are to encounter thieves and sieges and stuff, so we do need to start ramping up towards actually getting some defenses. So let's consider that. We'll take these workshops are all outside. I don't like that. We don't have a lot of wood though. Probably because I don't have enough axes. Let's make sure we have enough. I'm going to move this to the top of the queue. Build some extra axes, please. I'm going to cancel one of these beds. Add training axe. Promote. That might be part of the problem, is that we've got 3 woodcutters, but I think we only have 1 axe. Let's find out. We'll go to the stock menu. Over here to stocks. We can go down to weapons. We can see that we have a bismuth bronze battle axe, 4 copper picks, a fungi wood blowgun, and a pine training axe. So we do have 2 axes. But I don't know that anybody is actually cutting wood. This guy's making bags. This guy's constructing a cabinet. This one's forging a tool. So, yeah, he's probably doing the carpentry. He's probably making another axe. The problem with having this guy forging tools when he should be out cutting wood is that we can't really build up a good supply of wood so that we can start moving things indoors. Okay, so that looks like it's pretty well complete. Let's go to Dwarf hack and check out resume. Resume show. Looks like everything's been there, but let's just try resume all, just in case. Nothing was resumed. Okay. Now, before this bedroom level is complete, we need to do one more thing, which is to go back to QuickFort, Alt-E, go to Designate Bedrooms. We're going to go type Q, position cursor with keyboard, right in the center. We're going to press Alt-V. Same look and span, that's fine. Just put it right in the center, and then Alt-D. And voila, we're all done. So we'll hide that tooltip again. And now all these bedrooms just got designated automatically. Instead of having to go around the room and doing it one by one, QuickFort just did it for us. So now those people will hopefully come and get some beds, and they'll stop sleeping on the floor. Let's see, how's happiness doing? Nylon Coffee's very happy. Wonderful drink lately, truly decadent drink lately. You're drunk, Nylon Coffee, that's what you are. The most unhappy person is Mike Latoris, probably because his father and mother named him such a terrible name. Lack of a well lately. So he must have been, are you injured? Why would you need a well? Well, let's not worry about it. So now that we have these nest boxes, they're being claimed by the birds, and they'll start to lay eggs. I'm going to go to the food stockpile, and I'm going to disable eggs. And I'm also going to go into the kitchen, and I'm going to tell them not... Look at that. They laid 37 turkey eggs already. I guess I'll let them cook those, if they need to. But I'd prefer to have a chicken explosion so we could butcher some chickens. Get some leather. Let's tell them not to cook, but they've probably already moved them. I'd be willing to bet they already took the eggs and put them over here. Yeah, turkey hen egg barrel. And they're all right there. Okay. I'm going to go back to the kitchen menu. I'm going to let them cook these. I'm going to put a door on these rooms. And I've told them to stop stockpiling eggs here. So the next time the chickens lay eggs, and maybe when the turkey hens and all this, you know, when they all lay eggs, hopefully they'll stay there, and then they can be incubated and then they'll hatch. But just in case, I'm going to click on the door, and I'm going to forbid passage. And I'm going to make it not passable by making it tightly closed. So I'm basically walling off these rooms. Just stay the hell out of there. Let those birds do their jobs. Doing a pretty good job of digging out that room. We have 244 prepared meals. So someone's doing a pretty damn good job. I just saw the stopping production prepared meal. So the cook is doing a good job keeping the food supply pretty high. The dog child is fighting. Oh, interesting. The stray dog bites the stray puppy in the throat, tearing the skin. A major artery has been opened by the attack. The stray dog latches on firmly. The stray puppy has bled to death. Well, that's pleasant. So unfortunately, these puppies here, they're just sort of hanging out around their moms, and one of them was playing or just nipped the other dogs. The other dog bit back and killed him. So there's going to be a dead corpse in here, right there. There's a stray puppy corpse that'll get dragged out here to our corpse and refuse stockpile. And there's still a chance that we can butcher that dead animal. Let's see if that automatically gets assigned. See, there's a dog getting dragged out right there. See him? Stray puppy corpse. Now, unless you usually butcher it, it's not going to be automatic. So let's see if we can just do butcher a dead animal. We'll queue it up manually. Dogs can be eaten, but it's just a puppy. So I don't know that we can actually do anything from it. Nipple Bottoms has created a masterpiece. You're making all kinds of masterpieces. I have some idlers. I suppose we might as well get them to work smoothing some stone. Just get them practicing, so they can start making things fancier. I'm going to have to get rid of this room eventually. It's not that useful, really. So, what is this? Is this actually planted? It is. And there's no... That's interesting. There should be a wall there. Yeah, that quick fort thing really got everything messed up. So let's BC, B capital C, wall. And, that's interesting. Mouse query's not following anymore. Did it get turned off? Yeah, it is. Huh. BC wall. There we go. And I'm going to put on box select because I like it. And auto material select is fine. Just click right here. Dolomite is good. I don't know how that wall got taken down, but it's not supposed to be like that. Oh, we have our first Fey mood. Strange mood, actually. So, you can cheat if you want to know, like, what he needs. You can just go in here and type, what is it that you type? Mood? Show mood. But we're not going to do that. Let's just see if he goes and commandeers something. We can click on him and go into his general wounds status. No. How do you do it again? I'm trying to remember. Peculiarly secretive. Let's follow him. So it's Baez, the expedition leader. I want to press C to zoom to him. And then we're going to click here and we're going to press F for follow.
You there. I'm building an artifact.
So he's claimed the Mason workshop. He's taken a bunch of stone. He's already started construction, so we already have all the materials that he needs. He's making something out of... He's working secretly. He won't tell me what it is. He's just working with 3 pieces of dolomite. So what happens is that every now and then, your dwarves get these moods, and they want to make something, like, whatever. And if they do, then they get a huge boost to experience in whatever it is that they created. And it also usually creates an artifact, which is tremendously valuable. What the purpose is to keep things interesting, and then also to force you to create wealth. What ends up happening is that the generated wealth, we can't see how much wealth we've created because we don't have a broker with any appraisal skill yet, but as you create more and more wealth, that wealth draws in invasions and sabotage and sieges and all that. So it forces the game to progress. Even if you try to just never make anything of value, the artifacts will cause wealth, which will cause you to get attacked. So you can't just be a hermit. Which is kind of funny, considering it's all about dwarves. Okay, so our miners are done digging, but I'd like for them to keep on digging anyway. So let's just dig that. It's fine, whatever. If this ends up being all dirt, this will probably end up being a farm layer. It looks like it's a lot of dirt. We do have 5 idlers, so let's see what they're doing. People with no jobs are haulers, primarily. Could re-enable masonry for them. But we don't really need to. We have a gem industry we still need to set up. We need to set up milking. There's all kinds of work to be done. Let's just make sure that they're doing a good job with hauling. So, let's set up an area where we can work on metal. So let's start dragging some stone up here. We'll create a nice long... Let's do this. We'll go like that. One stone pile there. One here. And one here. And we'll make it 3 wheelbarrows. 3 wheelbarrows. 3 wheelbarrows. Settings. And I want to make this just metal ores. So we'll forbid everything except for metal. Okay, so that'll give the haulers something to do. They're going to take all of the hematite, all the iron ore that we found, and start dragging it up there. Now we're going to need to have some fuel, so we should probably bring some wood indoors. So create a nice little wood reserve over here. Just wood, nothing else goes there. And then right in the center, okay, Bayaz has created Ideneral, a dolomite millstone. Fancy. Now we can press the L key to see our artifacts. We only have one, so it just goes right to it. It's called Watchful Matches, a dolomite millstone. Let's read the description. This is a dolomite millstone. All craftsmanship is of the highest quality. This object is adorned with hanging rings of dolomite and menaces with spikes of dolomite. Everything that they always make, they always put menace. It just always menaces with spikes because it just makes everything cool. On the item is an image of Nifil Truant, the human, and Ozad Abyssbones, the fatal death, and the crone in dolomite. Ozad Abyssbones, the fatal death, is striking down Nifil Truant. The artwork relates to the killing of the human Nifil Truant by the dark crone Ozad Abyssbones, the fatal death, in the frilly jungle in the year 99. So he's taken something from history that meant something to him and made a little millstone and put decorations on it. It's very nice. We can't see how much it's worth because we still have a crappy broker, but soon we'll be able to tell how valuable it is. Here they go, bringing up the iron. Now, we don't have enough wood to actually get a supply going, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this stockpile. This is wood, right? And I'm going to say G. Up here it says G. Give to pile or workshop. Move the cursor to the pile or workshop you want to give to. I'm going to go over here and I'll press enter. So this stockpile now, read right here, gives to wood stockpile 15. So what ends up happening is the dwarves are out getting wood, right? One dwarf chops down the tree, next dwarf says, hey, there's a piece of wood out there, what should I do with it? Oh, I'm going to put it in the stockpile. So he brings it over here and he puts it right here, next to the carpenter's workshops. Third dwarf, or potentially even that same second dwarf, has just put the wood down, and then he says, oh, this wood, any wood that's in this stockpile, is supposed to go into this stockpile. So now I'm going to take it from here and put it in here. So this is like the receiving stockpile, and anything, you know, anytime there's anything in there, it's going to actually be brought further inside. But, I don't know. It's just one way you can do it. It doesn't really matter that much, but I've already got the carpentry set up out there. So, in fact, maybe we should. Maybe I should dive into the minecart path and all that. Let's do it. Let's create a couple minecarts. We need more carpenters. The damn carpenters are being lazy. You know what we really need is we need a dedicated woodcutter, because he's not doing his job. We don't have enough wood. So let's find, okay, who's the best woodcutter? Nipplebottoms. But you're a really good carpenter, so let's let you do that. Type of man, on the other hand, sucks at almost everything. So I'm just going to right-click, and I'm going to click Clear All Labors. Make you a woodcutter. Commit. You're my woodcutter. Get your ass out there. Start chopping down freaking trees. Let's check on him. Type of man. Herbalist. Store item in stockpile. He'll resolve his final task, and then once he is done with that job and he's not allowed to do anything else, he'll say, oh, I guess I should go fell a tree. Perfect. See, now he's going out there. I'll zoom to him. Where is he? There he is right there. Get to work. There he goes. Meanwhile, Nipplebottoms continues to create masterpiece after masterpiece. What kind of masterpieces are you making? I'm curious. A masterpiece. Are you making masterpiece beds? That's pretty sweet. That's net force. I want to go to nipple bottoms. Okay, he's up here. He's constructing a bed. He's a high master woodcutter, grandmaster carpenter. So he's actually going out. He's going in here to get this wood. Let's do this. We'll make a stock. We'll make a carpenter's workshop for him. And we'll bring everything indoors. So he doesn't. He's actually. Someone's putting the wood here, and then it's being brought indoors, and then he's going and he's getting it from all the way over there. So I bet in here, yeah, these beds are really good. Good job, dude. What are these guys? So we've got some coati man. A person with the head and tail of a coati. His hair is chestnut, his skin is pale pink, his eyes are black. That's scary. So the brook is starting to get a little bit colder. It's frozen already. We still have not yet received our caravan, but it'll probably be here very, very soon. Getting kind of low on drinks. These men don't look like they're that hostile. We definitely need to collect some plants before winter, because we're going to run out of drinks, because we're not actually doing any farming yet. So, let's check our herbalist. I want a dedicated herbalist as well. Plant gathering. Nylon coffee. Nylon coffee. Wait a minute. Who was it that created the... Who made this? Why can't I don't remember how to do it. How do you see who made it? Oh wait, that's Dwarf Therapist, that's why. What it ends up doing is it takes anybody who's made something, right there, Bias, creator of watchful matches. It lets you know that they've created something. So he, after creating that, apparently became a level 16 Mason. So we should probably let him be a Mason. And he is the expedition leader, so that's fine. He's not doing anything important. Meanwhile, Nylon Coffee is a pretty good Mason. But, shoot. My best plant gatherer was type of man who have made the woodcutter. Okay, type of man. You can either gather plants or cut wood. So... still working on those beds. We're getting through this pretty well. We've almost got another floor of bedrooms ready to go. But I want to make some wooden wheelbarrows. Not wheelbarrows, wooden minecarts. Let's create, say, 3 of them. Now, one of the advantages to using the manager is that it gives you an alert when they've completed the task. So unfortunately, I'll have to check on that here and there. So now that I've re-enabled masonry, Baez is working on something. Here's the outpost liaison. Okay, so our caravan's finally arrived. Alright, so I'm going to wrap this one up here, and in the next video, we'll deal with the caravan. So thanks for watching. See you soon.